I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I mean, I don't get I'm going to tell him because he can do something about this. I mean, people just do not accept that you can't.
yeah, it's like mostly I'll get, hey, like you're all over Tinder, you're all over these dating sites, okay?
Oh, you're all over everywhere.
I'm everywhere. Yeah, it's really everywhere. But like, it's not directly affecting me. Unfortunately, for you, it's affecting you. You're the one that talked to this person, and I'm not going to get in the middle of it. I've had people try and get me. They think it's funny, and they'll try and get me to
Yeah,
add this person. It doesn't do anything.
yeah.
You can say whatever you want to someone online. It's not going to do anything.
I also think, well, I'm going to ask you some questions first because I'm going to use this video. And I use it quite a long time afterwards. So,
Yep.
are you in the military?
How about you said?
Are you in the military?
Oh no, I was for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the answers to these questions, but
Mhm.
it helps me because what we can do is we can send this out. Can
Yeah.
somebody come and say they're talking to you?
Perfect.
Because also what I had, and I had this last week, which I was quite pleased that she said it. You were in the military, you're not now, but they called you back for a secret special mission.
Mm. Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah, and it's completely wrong. Yeah, and you're in the United States.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah,
That's true.
because you're everywhere as well.
I know.
Gets me that they still have everybody in Afghanistan, but yes. So we had the lovely Miriam for a couple of days. We had to block her last night.
Oh, is she going off?
Oh yeah, I think she takes meds and she's all right, and then she just absolutely flies off again. As long as she wants you, Corey. She wants that date with you.
She's on my Facebook. This morning. She was liking like 70 of my pictures. So.
Yeah, we blocked her on our Facebook as well because she just sort of gets everywhere, and I get it. I get it when people are a bit obsessed.
Yeah.
If I was obsessed, I'm obsessed by Brian May. See him up there? I don't go all around his social media liking everything. And
Right.
I don't try and get in touch with him, And I think if I was obsessed, or somebody was obsessed with you, Corey, they would give you space.
Well, a healthy person would say that.
Well, I think a lot of people who blame mental health, if you know that much of what's going on, there's nothing wrong with your mental health,
Sure.
And also, Corey, and please tell me, or tell everybody else, this isn't going to happen. When they've been scammed by your pictures, they want to meet you, they want to get to you because they think that by talking to you, you're going to really like them.
Mm-hmm.
And something's going to happen.
Exactly. And I see that all the time. That's one of the biggest ones because I've literally had women say that they know that they weren't talking to me, but then their next comment is, but I would really like to get to know you. And it's like, there's so much wrong with that statement. First of all, I've never met you in person. Like, I like to meet just my friends in general in person.
Yeah.
I don't do this whole online looking at pictures and then texting. No, it just doesn't make sense. You can't get a genuine approach from somebody that way. So I get that all the time, and they still try.
And I just can't get it myself. And then of course, if we warn anybody, we're jealous because we want you for yourselves. And I'm sorry, Corey, you're very nice, but you're not going to want to know Granny. So they invent things to throw in.
Yeah.
And I don't know how. I know it's been, they've been contacting work and things like that, haven't they?
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty. That's humorous to me a little bit. I'll laugh a little bit on that. But yeah, because I do roofing out here in Texas, and my previous company I was with, we would get sent packages, and kind of interesting, but I would get sent a package with a love note inside of it, sprayed with perfume, and then it would have like a necklace in it. I know. Like I when I smelled it, I instantly pushed it away because I didn't know like what it was. You know, I don't like
Yeah.
smelling
Can't go
packages
boom.
where it's from. Right. So that was weird. And so yeah, that got trashed very quickly. But I mean, yeah, they'll send gifts to my office with no return address.
I that's a new. I like to know that because that's a new one on me.
Oh, I didn't tell you that one? Oh,
Well, nobody's told me that one either, so I
yeah.
didn't realize. I mean, we've had, I've talked to people before where they've had telephone calls. They've had, one of them,
Oh, yeah.
called the workers.
Yeah.
I'm very worried about him because he's suicidal, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But to actually send things, Corey, it's awful. You
I've
know what
got
I mean?
about 3 gifts so far to my work.
Wow.
And now, yeah, my company will get constant emails. I mean, I get constant emails, so that's obvious. But my company, like, my boss, he'll get emails all the time and phone calls. Like, I get phone calls.
He's obviously good with it. He obviously knows everything and he's good with it.
Yeah, he was. I let him be aware of it before
Yeah.
all this started, and he's like, whatever. So
Good. I mean, awful that you've got to, but good. Another thing that gets me as well, Corey, which I like, basically was the basis of doing these chats, is the fact you will be aware of the voiceovers that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're good. They really sound just like you. Yeah. You see, they'll do a voiceover, and of course, it's nothing like your accent, because there's one thing they can't do is put on a proper American accent.
Nope.
Sound more like Elvis
You
than
can't.
than a real American accent. They'll say like, "Oh yes, but I was born in I was raised in France or Germany, so that's why I sound a bit different." No, it's not.
No, still not German or French. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
know what you
right.
mean.
And also, I can't see you texting anybody, calling them babe.
No,
Oh,
I
honey.
did, but no, and I think you're right on the other part. Like, I'm 28 years old. I'm most likely not going to date somebody in their 70s. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's just the honest truth.
By the way, I'm not in my 70s yet.
I didn't say that.
I said you wouldn't want no granny, and you started going on about 70s. It's a big thing for me because this age is just a number, and I get offended at that because age is very much a number, and it's down to the respect that you would have for yourself, and I'll argue with women constantly that I'm sorry, but somebody of 28 to 35 or whatever is not going to go for somebody 30 or 40 years younger, because if you think about it, it's all right when you're texting, but can you imagine walking into somewhere with me and they think you brought your grandma?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm your grandson. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because that is 99% of them. It's not. It's like 50-50. It's all of them.
Because if you think about it, and I try and get people to do that, think about real life, Corey. How many of your age, when you go out, when you go to the gym or whatever, how many of your age have a girlfriend or a boyfriend who are way out of their age range? I would think none. I can't think any of your friends is dating somebody even 50, never mind 60 or 70.
No, yeah, I think the most is, maybe 20. I've seen that, but yeah.
But
not 30. Not 40. Yeah.
I like people to think of real life, of what happens in real life,
Yeah.
So how do you feel about it? Really, really truthfully. Have a rant. How do you feel about it?
Well, the feelings changed. At first, because like I said, this has been about 4+ years in the going. So at first I was in shock, and I would post the fake profiles and make it a big deal and tell people, hey, can you guys, report this? It's not me. and I would worry about them sending messages to my friends and just like my friends thinking that it was me, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I would worry, you
Yeah.
know. Now I'm so numb to it, and whenever I see fake profiles, I mean, they follow me, they like my pictures, you know, so I see, you know, Corey Harmon liked your picture. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, I see it every day, and so I don't let it. The only thing I can control is me, you know. Anything other than me is just causing me unnecessary stress. And so what bothers me is when these women constantly, because I get phone calls. When I say every day, I mean every single day. You know, just the other day I got 4 phone calls, and what they do is because I have a business profile on my Facebook for my roofing company, they will abuse that and try and say, "Hey, what services do you offer with your roofing company?" Well, I've been in this for a long time where I can look at a profile and I already know.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah.
And so I don't respond to those either. You know, I know, and I also look where you live. If you live in Dallas, Texas, I might respond to you.
If you live
But
in London, you've got no chance. Yeah. Because they do. I mean, they do from all over. I mean, this Miriam, you know, she will stop when she's got a date with Corey. So I suggested you might want to stick pins in your eyes rather than go out with Miriam, but it didn't put her off. You can say anything, and it's the mad ones that bother me. You know,
yeah,
it's because I think some of them will take the hint. You know, but Corey, if I was going to call you, if I was going to call you because I've been scammed with your pictures, I wouldn't know what to say. I mean, as a woman, I would feel embarrassed to call you and say, you know, hey, I've just sent you $30,000, you know.
that's a good one too. I've had ask me, they said they knew that I was the real person. They weren't talking to me. And this one lady says, I want my money back still. And like, they try to get my company to send her money. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah. And we get so many who, well, I will get to him and I will get the money back. Or, you know, I'm going to get the FBI on this. We'll go to the FBI and explain, and you won't get, you know, you won't get anywhere. But yeah, I wish I've been doing this 10 years and I don't understand it yet. And I wish I did, but I can't get into other people's heads.
No, you can't. And something I've learned is people that want to be helped will ask for help. You know what I mean? So if someone isn't actively asking for help, you can't help them because they don't want help. They want what's good in the moment.
I like it when people come to us and ask us, and we can talk about it, and we can explain to them, and they accept it.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the majority of people, they do that. Mm-hmm. But then you get the others who, as I say, want you and want. So, for the record, are you on any dating sites?
No, absolutely not.
And I do know that you're not on Grindr. I have seen you on Grindr, but I'm sorry, but I've got to throw that one in because it amuses me. I used to think gay people had gaydar and they knew who was gay and who wasn't, but they don't. So yeah, so I just hope that we can stop people contacting you. I hope we can get it through to everybody that it's not you. I hope we can get it through that you don't want the contact. And that's not you being awful. You don't want the contact because you've never been involved in the scam. Mm-mm. So why should you, you know, you've got the scammer, you've got the victim.
I do have a story to that. I actually have. Now, it was in 2000 something. But anyways, it was like a year after I broke up, or my ex broke up with me about 5-6 years ago. And I was on Tinder and I was talking to somebody, and within like a month, I just had a weird feeling, you know, because I like to meet people in person, excuse me.
Yeah.
I like to meet people in person, and she would never, like every weekend she would have a different excuse and ignore me for a few days. And then, so my intuition told me that it was something was off. And I'm not going to talk to somebody any further past like really 2 weeks if I do in person, or at least video chat. And then I just broke it off. And then and eventually, a few months later, I actually did find the actual person. And I was like, well, there it is, you know?
Yeah.
And I just moved on with my life.
Well,
but it sucked, but it wasn't that bad because I didn't have an emotional connection to that person.
Yeah. I think it's just obvious if you are talking to somebody and you feel a bit, you know, you start to like a person, you're talking to them. To me, the obvious thing is a video chat. And this is a video chat.
Right. It's that easy. It's a
where
click
I
of a
can, yeah. You can say something, I can say something. And we go back and forth. So I can't see, and I know they use your videos, and you know, people will say to me, but I saw him move. But that doesn't prove anything.
These Photoshops are getting good. I saw a pretty, I wouldn't say a good one, but I saw a decent one yesterday. I think I sent it to you, where they cropped my face out and put it on someone else's body with like a sign saying like,
oh, yes. I've got that to go on because I found the original of that one. So I've got to, you know, the before and after to go. Yeah, that was a bit better.
Yeah. So they're getting better.
You know, I have seen you, oh God, in the hospital bed and all sorts of things. I mean, you know, some of them are. But you know what annoys me and upsets me, and possibly what drives me to do this more than anything else, is the invasion of privacy. Because you, as you have said, you have got no control over this at all, and you should have control over what happens in your life.
Yeah.
And you're trying to, you know, you've got a business page, that the business page is getting mixed up with the scam.
Yeah. Like I've gotten pretty good at ignoring for the most part. You know, I'll always see the messages whenever I scroll and look. I'll always see the first few words and I already know what it says, so I don't open it, you know? So I'll always see it, but I never, it still does take energy out of me to, you know, to delete. I have to delete messages, you know, like the other day I had to delete 12, you know? And some days if I don't delete in that day, then it adds up and I have to delete 60 messages, you know? So, I mean, as much as I do ignore it, I really don't have a choice to see it.
No, that's right. And it's a shame because you can't filter them out or anything like that. I mean, you know, they're there. There is a little delicate question. Well, no, a delicate answer I want you to give me. We had a man on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
And he didn't like me at all. Really didn't. But will you just tell him that you're not in a relationship with him?
Say that again.
Will you just tell him that you're not in a relationship with him?
Oh yeah, I'm not in a relationship with him. I don't even know this.
He was saying things like, but we talk every day.
I don't even know who this guy is. So,
no.
Yeah.
He's called Colin. But, you know, he was saying, but we talk every day. And this is what I was wanting to tell him, that you're not gay. You're not on a gay dating site. And what gets me, Corey, is we will say one thing, like with this man, and he will come back with, but he said to me, but he told me. But so my point in my answer that is always, I'm Queen of England. Do you believe me? Well, why not? I'm telling you I am. You know.
Yeah. And you can say anything. I mean, I don't know how people don't understand the internet. You can literally, like you said, I can say that I'm the Queen of England, you know? It doesn't matter, right? Come on, people.
Yeah, and it always comes back with, we say one thing, but he said this, but he said this. And I don't care what they say. I really don't care what they say. You know, it's not true. So what I would like to do is just, you are not on anywhere talking to anybody. I saw Nikki going up there saying that as well. So, hello.
Nikki.
Yeah. So you are not online. You are not talking to anybody. You do not go through Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp or anything and randomly contact people.
No, absolutely not. And now you mentioned, oh, there's Nikki. So something that even she said is a good idea, because you know we both used to have those you know, Bumble and Tinder. We used to have those dating sites, but we would attach our social medias to that so that people can follow the social media. I mean, I also know that, you know, Nigerians, they can make their own social medias, but I mean, if you have 4 followers and 2 pictures, you know,
Yeah.
it's been out for a few years. So you should have a few hundred pictures over time, and people start looking at dates. If you have 50 pictures added in one day, that's another telltale sign. So, you know,
They often put them out of date order as well, because they'll
yeah,
start off with, you know, they'll start off with some quite current pictures, and then they can't see your age. They can't see you aging. So they sort of miss it out. No, this was you yesterday. Another thing I wanted
yeah.
to ask you, Corey, I mean, you know, forgive me because I do know the answers to these. I need
Oh,
you to say it. You know, you said about you sort of connect your Instagram account, social media account. What the Nigerians are saying is that you have a jealous ex that controls your social media account, and that's the reason that you can't talk to them through that. So you've got to have another account for them to talk to you.
mm, hmm,
Right.
yeah, interesting.
Yeah. And that gets round, you know, to say, well, I can't actually, you know, this is my Instagram account, but I can't talk to you from that Instagram account because I haven't got access to it. I've got this ex that, you know, manages it for me.
Okay, then bye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's just trying to cover everything they say. I mean, to be honest, you know, the things that they do say, everything I hear, I can think, really?
Yeah.
You know, absolutely, really. Oh, the agent, yeah. Joe's just said there, the agent, your agent is looking after it for you. Send the money to your agent who lives in Nigeria and he will get it to you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, why? Because I've even years ago, I would actually like respond to the Nigerians, because the Nigerians will message me too. They'll call me boss.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
be like, "What's up?" You know, and but of course I delete them now. But before, you know, I would be like, I would act like I didn't know what was going on and just kind of just mess around with them, whatever. And then they would instantly try and get money from me. But I've seen some of these messages that these women are sending, and the conversation is first, it's like, I need help. Can you help me? You know, how is that attractive at all? First of all, you know, I don't understand. Like this one lady, I may have told you this one. She was going to get married to a fake me, and his story was he missed his flight from Afghanistan to Florida for their wedding. First of all, if you're in Afghanistan military and you miss a military flight, you can't just send American Airlines out there to get you back. I'm sorry, that doesn't work that way. The government gets you home.
Check in Kabul airport. Yeah.
Yeah, and she sent him $8,000, and she showed me how much money that she sent him, and it was $8,000 through PayPal. And not only that, but the name on the PayPal wasn't my name. It was like Obi Dubba something, and I'm like, how does that not?
Yeah, I, you know, since the withdrawal from Afghanistan, we get so many stories of, oh, you know, the ones that came out of Afghanistan were the ones who could pay.
Mm-hmm.
And there are still troops in Afghanistan because they haven't got any money for the flights yet. I don't know how anybody in creation can actually believe that.
Me neither.
No, they do. But, you know, but ladies have some sense. Switch your sense on, you know. Yeah, so you would never ask anybody for money.
No.
You would never dream of asking anybody for help, shall we say?
Someone that I didn't. especially,
um,
you know,
Celia said that they might say send it to the commander. Commander's got, commander can be Sandra Wilson in Idaho,
yeah,
and people do. And what we need to do, Corey, is, I've got the greatest sympathy for genuine victims, people who may be lonely, maybe have fallen for it and are badly hurt. And I've got great sympathy for them because it's so sad,
it is. It is.
But deal with it. You've
Exactly.
got to deal with it.
You're an adult.
You
put yourself in a situation.
Yeah. We've all lived through different things in life that's gone wrong, for heaven's sake. Deal with it and don't get in touch with him or any of the other ones. Because I remember a time when nobody would have dreamed of getting in touch with you, Corey. When I first started to do this, the idea of the women contacting the men who they've been scammed with their pictures would never happen.
No.
And then it started to pick up a lot. And now it's just commonplace.
They get this idea and they want to attach themselves to this idea. And I don't know. I like you and me are the same. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand how you can get so emotionally attached to somebody you've never met. That just doesn't make sense at all.
I mean, Diane said that all ladies are not stupid enough to send money. Stupid's a name I don't like, Diane, because some people are just nice and trusting. I've never been scammed because I'm not nice. But some people are really nice and they trust and they think they're doing somebody a favor. So I don't judge that. I feel sorry for that.
Right.
I judge the Nigerians that's getting that money because I talk to enough of them and I know what they're like. So, because they always come in.
And you gotta let karma do its own thing, like what I said before, the only thing that you can control is yourself. And so in my case, I can control whatever I do in my life. And the women that are being scammed, they need to control on what they're doing in their life, so they do take action and be like, I messed up, and then move on. I mean, that's what it should be, instead of trying to put the blame on me or get me to fix it, or like I didn't do that.
Own what's happened to you and own it, because Nikki said there, you can't buy affection. I'm sorry, but if I needed to buy affection, it'd be out.
Yeah.
Because
right.
Would you, in real life, would you really have a friend who wanted a great deal of money from you? Because I wouldn't. No. So anyway, thank you very much, Corey. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I use these videos a lot because I like to send them out to people and say, hey, this is him. Not love you, babe, and miss you, honey, and going to be with you, darling. No, my queen. As long as you send me the money.
Right.
And they do help. They don't do enough, but I don't think anybody can. It's the climate that we live in at the moment, and I hope it changes again.
Yeah, the damage is done. The pictures are out there.
Yeah.
I can't make my profile. I can't, make it a private profile because it's already out there. So it is what it is. It's
2021. It's the era of social media. I don't get it. The people are required to make the accounts private just in case a Nigerian comes along and steals you.
Right.
I think you've got as much freedom as anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I'm Keisha McKenzie, and I give jobs and visas, so they use me as well. I get jobs and visas for people overseas. I've even got my own ID card that I've had sent to me, because they use me as well. They'll use that, and use is the word. They will use anybody to get what they want. Because basically they're thieves.
100%.
Lazy, greedy thieves who can make a lot more money not working. So anyway, thank you very, very much, and have a good day.
You too.
And I just hope we can do something, Corey.
You know, it maybe one day. But I appreciate everything you're doing for me. So
It just, to me, it just needs to be out there. If everybody knew about scams, they would get, you know, they would get something from Corey Harmon on Instagram and think, oh, that's one of those scammers, and just flip it away.
yeah.
Then it would stop. If they stopped getting money, they'd have to stop scamming, wouldn't they? So, you know.
Power. Just knowing.
So I will say goodbye and have a good day.
All right. You too, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye now.